For Burnout Sports in the Marion Phoenix, my name is Tristan Grider with the Indy Boys Racing Podcast, joined with my incredible co-hosts, Daniel Chaney and Justin Cox. We got a very special show for you guys today. Going to talk all about Daytona and the playoffs. Going to talk Spa. But most importantly, IndyLights driver Christan Rasmussen is going to join the show. Going to talk all about his season with him. Plus, he's a friend of Burnout, so got to have the boy on. Daniel, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. Obviously, this is my first episode in, 3 weeks? Because we took a week off because we were all busy. And then last week I had Dorona, which was not fun, but I survived. So now I'm back on campus, just started classes, which is fun, I guess. But I'm excited to be back.
Good. Jay, how are you doing, man?
Man, I'm fine. I guess. I think. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had fun watching Spa. I had fun up until the last 20 laps at Daytona. Watching Daytona. So, yeah, I mean, I'm ready to have IndyCar back this next weekend, so that'll be amazing. I'm ready to see the end of the season because it's going to be a great one, personally.
Sir.
So, I'm just saying. It's going to be a 3-horse race to the end of the season, so. But
yeah,
you're only saying 3? You're only saying 3?
I'm saying 4, man. I'm saying 4. I think
3.
Marcus is there.
Listen, it was between 7 last race. I think it's still between 5.
Yeah, that's true. But I think your main 3 are Power, Newgarden, and Dixon.
I mean, yeah.
So.
It's still probably mainly between those 3, but there's still others still in that hunt that I wouldn't count out.
I got you. How you doing, Tristan?
Cough.
You know, I'm doing pretty solid. Second full week of classes this week. Doing pretty good. We launched the IndyBoysMerch.com, our merch site. So if you guys want to check that out, the link will be in the description of our Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's on our social media, and it'll also be in the YouTube description link. So check us out, Indy Boys merch. We got some cool shirts. We have the Indy Boys shirts that everyone loves. I'm going to reach and grab it really quick. We have the certified Dalton Kellett moment hats with the Indy Boys logo on the side. And we also have a shirt coming out in partnership with Pit Lane Parlay and their host, David Malukas. We released Malukas Mania shirts. So those are super cool as well. Yeah. I'm sure Jay will probably do something in post and have all the designs or something on there. Yeah. But it's gonna be super cool. Super excited. Make sure you guys buy your merch at IndyBoysMerch.com. We're gonna have new shirts and designs coming out all the time. But we're not going to put them out, obviously, unless these first 3 merch drops go super hard. But so far, it's looking so good. Happy that you guys are loving the designs, and happy that you guys are supporting the show and loving what we do over here.
Oh yeah.
So check us out, IndyBoysMerch.com. It's going to be awesome. Also follow us on all of our social medias if you ever want to get updates on the merch drops. But enough talk about us personally. Let's talk about the news of the week. Let's go ahead and start with some motorsport media. All right. Start with Cup. The playoff field is set. But let's talk about some stuff that happened before the incredible race that happened on Sunday. Kurt Busch will miss the Cup Series playoffs. The
beginning, at least.
But he also is going to miss the playoffs this season.
Yeah.
2311 Racing withdrew their playoff waiver request because Kurt is not going to be able to start the first 3 races of the NASCAR playoffs, which is the round of 16, which would mean he's just an automatic DQ of the playoffs. So kind of pointless for the 45 to continue when a driver, say like Ryan Blaney, who has had a much more consistent year than Kurt has. Yes, Kurt has had one of the best seasons of his career. Since probably his championship in 2004 with 23XI, but Ryan Blaney has had an incredible year. He deserves it just a little bit more, and the 16th seed did end up going to the 12. Speaking of his teammate, the 12's teammate, Joey Logano is going to sign a contract extension with Team Penske if you joined the Indy Boys racing space. We do those on Wednesdays, guys. So if you ever want to join a racing space, we always try to get. I'm always on there. We always try to get one of the other guys. Daniel was on last week, and probably Jay will be on this week or something like that. But it's always a really fun time. We talked all about Joey Logano and his contract extension. And I didn't mention it, but Ty Gibbs will continue to fill in the 45. Just continuing the possibility that we could see him in a Toyota in the Cup Series next season.
Next year in the 18 next year.
It is happening.
In the 18 next year, just saying.
It's not a possibility.
Of the 18, Kyle Busch continues to tease that he is leaving Joe Gibbs Racing next season. He had a full phony press conference where all he did was just talk about the fact he goes, "You ready for this announcement?" There's no announcement. That was so funny. But the continued rumor is that he is going to be signing with Richard Childress Racing. Now, Richard Childress Racing could be a possibility of a spot. A lot of people are also saying Stuart Haas, but it looks like Chevy is the main contender. We could be possibly seeing him with Colleague. We could see him with Spire. But a lot of people,
Colleague's the main rumor that I've heard.
a lot of people are starting to point towards Richard Childress because RCR does not want Tyler Reddick in that 8 car next season. So we could possibly see a buyout.
What? Hold on. What?
Yeah.
I'm confused. Wait, what? When did I hear that?
No. Richard Childress has said that he's still very mad at Tyler Reddick, but as of now, his plans are to keep everything the same.
I don't know if you listened to that press conference at Daytona, but he teased it a little bit. And I could see Kyle Busch going to RCR next season.
He's going to Colleague. We're getting Colleague Busch Motorsports. You heard it here first. Colleague, the owners of Colleague have said they want to expand not only into Cup and Xfinity, but also Truck Series. What's the best way to do that? Get Kyle Busch, who has Kyle Busch Motorsports. Make that a Chevy team. Then you have your Colleague Trucks team, essentially. It's lining up, and Colleague has said that they're expecting to make announcements for their next season's future very soon. I don't know if they do it before the playoffs start. Obviously, that'd be a little weird.
Hot take. I don't think we see Daniel Hemrick back with Colleague next season.
That's not a hot take.
Yeah, that's not a hot take. In my opinion.
The rumors that I've been hearing, again, just little old me. I don't know nothing. The rumors I seem to be seeing a lot is that Colleague is going to have Kyle Busch in the 16 because they still want to keep Justin Haley. And obviously,
as they should. He's had a good year.
Yeah. And obviously, since Gregson's not coming back because he's going to be petty GMS, and you don't have to have AJ Allmendinger doing Cup starts, in my opinion. I love to see the Dinger doing road course starts, but you don't have to because he's so good in the Xfinity Series. I don't think it's necessary. And Hemrick, I feel like he's just going to stay in the Xfinity Series. He's just kind of in a weird spot where he's good enough to have a ride, but he's not really competing for anything. I just don't see him really staying in Cup for a long period of time.
This will be the first time, if he goes to Colleague or RCR, this will be the first time we've seen Kyle Busch in a Chevy since 2008 or something.
I think it was
2007.
2007. Okay, yeah, 1 year off, but yeah. So that's kind of crazy.
I mean, RCR did say that they have. Richard Childress said that they, him and Kyle Busch have had discussions. So, I'm not putting that 8 seat away from Kyle Busch.
Hot take. Putting Kyle Busch at Colleague makes Colleague a contender for wins on the regular. I think hear me out. With the new car, I think it's more on the drivers than the car. We've seen teams that normally wouldn't be in contention for wins be in contention way more regularly than they usually would be.
Trackhouse racing.
Yeah, Trackhouse. We've seen Christopher Buescher getting in the top 3 most of the time. And nothing against Christopher Buescher, Chris Buescher, whatever you want to call him. You're not used to seeing him in the top 3 all the time.
And another big driver that, in my opinion, has shined the best from this new car.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's Michael frickin' McDowell.
Yes.
He has 10 top 10s. He has more top 10s than William Byron. Just saying. And Alex Bowman. Like,
Yep.
I'm just saying. Anyway, let's do some more Cup Series news. Daniel Suarez is going to re-sign with Trackhouse for 2023. This is the longest tenure that Suarez has had with one team in the Cup Series. It'll be his first time driving in the same car for the third straight year, and I couldn't be more happy for the main man, the amigo, Daniel Suarez. Rick Ware Racing was penalized after the 51 lost ballast in the Cup race at Watkins Glen. The crew chief, car chief, and team engineer were all suspended for 4 races, but I think they did quite fine at Daytona, so happy for Cody Ware. Man, I do love coffee rolls. That's a great tweet. Truck Series news. Zane Smith is going to re-sign with Front Row in 2023. He's going to be full-time in trucks. Part-time in Xfinity. Front Row is going to go Xfinity Series racing.
Isn't this the team that thought they were going to downsize or even shut down here not too long ago?
Wait, but here we go. Zane Smith's going to try to qualify for the 2023 Daytona 500 with Front Row Motorsports in a third car.
Whoa!
Probably going to be the 36.
Yeah.
They've done that in the past with David Reagan, but since David Reagan is now a Rick Ware guy, exciting for Zane Smith to attempt to make his Cup debut in next year's Daytona 500. Nice. Zane, a very good super speedway driver, as we saw earlier this year with his win at Daytona in the Truck Series. So I love it for Zane Smith. He's my Truck Series guy, so I love seeing him succeed. However, the biggest Truck Series news of the week is that the Truck Series is officially the Craftsman Truck Series once again.
Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful. The red, it's back. It's throwing me back to Ron Hornaday and Johnny Benson. Oh, it's just wonderful. So excited to see Craftsman back in the Truck Series. But we do have to say a quick prayer and a quick moment of respect for Camping World. Thank you.
How do I say goodbye?
But yeah, guys, Craftsman's going to be the Truck Series sponsor next season. That's all I got on the Cup Series and NASCAR side of things. Jay, go ahead.
For F1, we got kind of a lot. I'll start off with some smaller stuff. F2 news, David Beckman is going to replace Jake Hughes at Van Amersfoort Racing in F2. So very interesting for any of our F2 listeners. I figured I'd throw that in there for you guys. Audi is to join F1 in 2026.
That's
when the
crazy.
New engine regulations come around. That is going to be awesome.
Did you see that mock livery?
No, I didn't. I mean,
Yeah,
it's out here, yeah, but
Audi released a mock livery.
yeah,
God, it's sexy.
that'd be awesome. Next news that I have, the Belgian GP will return to Spa-Francorchamps next season. So, yes,
Don't you shake your head.
Not a big Spa guy.
I love it. I love it because that track is amazing. So maybe not for racing, but the tradition with the track. The tradition with the track is what keeps it afloat. So I'm just saying. And now it is approved and it is now official. Daniel Ricardo has been bought out of his contract at McLaren. That's crazy. And I mean, not really crazy, but he was.
We talked about this on the Twitter Space Guys on Wednesday.
So give me 1 second, Daniel.
Oh, you good?
Yeah.
He was supposedly offered to go to IndyCar, but he didn't want to go anywhere but F1. So he politely turned down, and then McLaren bought out his contract. So they're going to be driving tractors on the track next season because that's a lot of money. But, okay, Daniel, go ahead.
How do I?
I've said with this Daniel Ricciardo situation that it's kind of like daddy issues in my opinion because he wants to stay with McLaren. McLaren don't want him. So, yeah, it's kind of
Zach
crazy.
Brown is the king of daddy issues.
I don't know how to quit you.
He can't keep getting away with
He
this.
can't keep getting away with this. So, my final piece of news that I have, Pierre Gasly is apparently linked to AlphaTauri is apparently linked to Alpine, and AlphaTauri is going to evaluate Colton Herta, apparently. So, That's crazy. Motorsport.com sources suggest that Alpine has already indicated its interest in Gasly. Daniel's doing 360s.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Motorsport.com sources suggest that Alpine has already indicated its interest in Gasly to Red Bull. There have also been suggestions that Marco has an interest in Andretti Autosport's IndyCar driver frontrunner Colton Herta. So, helmet Marco, by the way, just so you know.
Front runner?
Yeah. But, yeah, that's what he said. Also, actually, I do have one more piece of news. Let me get it
Ross is
pulled
the
up
front
here.
runner, but okay, whatever.
And with that Ricardo news, actually.
Look at the points.
Look at the past 3 years.
But with that Ricardo news that I had just said a minute ago, Steiner has contacted Ricardo regarding an empty Haas seat before, I believe, the Belgian GP. So, or I think it was, maybe it wasn't Belgian GP. It was one of the races before the summer break. But, yeah, so silly season is in full effect. But the Alpine seat, I still believe, may be taken.
He's going to Mick Schumacher.
Yep, I believe is going to be taken by Mick Schumacher. But, I don't know. We'll see. But if AlphaTauri is looking at Colton Herta already, and they're gonna evaluate him, that means that
Yuki's probably screwed.
No. It won't be Yuki. It'd be that Pierre Gasly is leaving.
Gasly.
Yeah.
Because remember, Gasly, even though he's re-signed, supposedly has the clause that if he finds an opportunity with a team higher up in the championship,
he can just jump out.
Yeah.
So.
And so, let's freaking go! Sorry, had to get that out of my system.
You're all Dalton out right now, dude. I just realized.
I know. I got the fit on.
Yeah, but that is all that I have for F1 news. Daniel,
really quick before we switch.
Okay.
Did you guys see that interview of Lando Norris? There was an interview. A reporter said, "Lando, so how do you feel about the chemistry next season between you and Oscar Piastri?" And Lando goes, "Is it confirmed?" You shouldn't have said anything, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew.
Yeah.
We knew.
I mean, I'm sure he probably has no idea. He may have just been like, "Is it confirmed now?" Or I don't know.
No, because if you think about it, like, the McLaren drivers kind of been in the dark about everything happening, and they've all been left to guess, just like us. So,
Yeah.
Not wrong.
So
Anyway.
but Daniel, IndyCar news.
on over to the American Open whale. IndyCar side of things, starting off, Andretti Autosports. Guess who's back? Back again. Devlin's back. Yep, Devlin DiFrancesco. Even though there have been rumors that Andretti has been exploring other options for the 29 next season, he's still under contract. He's set to return to the 29. I don't know why people were looking into it. Like, he was under contract, and Andretti doesn't
really
really
have sponsorship, wasn't it? He didn't have sponsorship.
Oh, he has plenty of sponsorship. It was just people were confused. Like, they said they were exploring other options, and there were reports that some of the sponsors weren't pulling as much money or pulling enough weight. I don't know. I knew he was gonna be back. It's Devlin DiFrancesco. He's young. He wasn't gonna be a one and done. In my opinion, I think they're gonna still give him one more year. Because honestly, at Gateway, he didn't look that bad.
Nope.
Didn't look that bad. I think there's still upside there. As much as we talk about how we don't personally think he should have been pulled up this early in his career, there's no point in just yanking that seat away from him before he has the chance to learn. That was always my take. My take was always give him a year or two. If there's no progress after a while,
Hot take. Devlin DiFrancesco would have won the Indy Lights championship if he stayed this season.
Don't know.
Hot take.
Simply because of Linus Lundqvist.
But look at the other Andretti cars, though, dude.
Yeah, but look at Linus Lundqvist.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I know that four of of the top 6 are Andretti cars, but Linus is still miles ahead. But we'll never know because he's an IndyCar. And then last bit, so this is for this season. Paretta Autosports has announced a new sponsor for this season, but in my opinion, might have some implications for next season because this new sponsor is Turn On Green, which is a subsidiary company of BitNile Holdings, who has their fingerprints all over ECR, and they
As
got
we
big
know,
plans for ECR.
Yes, they do.
And I would think if it was just going to be a quick little, like, one season partnership, they would have done this earlier when the partnership was announced that that Paretta Autosports would be doing 3 or 4 races with ECR. I don't get why they would wait till right before the last one. Could this mean another part-time deal with ECR, whether that's similar to what they did this year with 3 or 4 races, or, hear me out, however many ovals we have, let's say there's 4, 5 oval races. Ed Carpenter gets those 5 races just like he did this year. Every other race, you have a permanent third car. You can keep it as the 16, you can keep it as the 33, but make that the Paretta Autosports car for basically whatever part of the season Ed Carpenter doesn't want to run.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's just my theory.
Sure.
A game theory, but I could see it happening, but as of now, it's just a rumor.
Respectable. All right.
Also, we didn't mention it because I just thought of it. Tatiana Calderon's going to return to
Yes.
F2.
Oh, I forgot about
Yes.
that. Yeah, Tati.
Yeah.
She's sponsored by Karol G. Bichotas.
I liked that.
Yeah.
You can tell Jay has a Latina girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
He's learning.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, guys, that's Motorsport Media. Let's go ahead. Let's go check out our special interview of the day. Welcome back to the Indy Boys Racing Podcast. We have a very special guest joining us today. We just love having all the Andretti IndyLights guys on the show. Driver the number 28 for Andretti Autosports, the Danishman himself, Christan Rasmussen. How are you doing today, buddy?
Good, man. How you guys?
You know, it's been a pretty good day so far. A little bit of a rainy Monday in Indianapolis, but
yeah.
otherwise it's been doing all right. So
Well,
first
I'm
thing I
here
want to
too,
talk
so
about,
I feel you.
yeah, man, it's like incredible rain right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, first thing I want to talk about, obviously, you won the USF championship, you won the Indy Pros championship, and I feel like this season you've came on just as strong as the hype was set up winning your race that you did this season. How does it feel to be a contender? Well, with Lena's running away with everything, how does it feel to have your car just be a contender this season?
It feels good. It feels good. I think what stood out for me was St. Petersburg in the first weekend, being able to run up front like I did. It definitely feels like you're at a level now where you're racing against the best of the best. Almost everyone you're racing against has championships behind them. So to be able to run up front in such a competitive field is pretty cool. Obviously, we've had a lot of bad luck this year, which is, yeah, to say the least, sucked. But yeah, just to be able to show that we've been able to run up front has been really good, and hopefully we can continue that and finish the season strong.
Yeah, the season, I feel like for all of Andretti, I guess technically right now you're tied with Frost in points, but all of you guys have consistently been in the top 5 in points this season. Now, I know Hunter and Stingray, they have their buddy relationship all the time. Do all 4 of you guys kind of just vibe on the daily, or are you trying to more like reserve yourself and stay focused?
No, I think we get along very well within the team. It's definitely a very competitive environment. Everyone wants to win, and of course your buddies off the track. But whenever we get on track, it's game on, right? But it's cool to be a part of that environment. And there's definitely some camaraderie, but we're still competitors.
Yeah.
And Road America, how good did it feel to get that first win in Indy Lights after you did have some bad luck in the beginning of the season? How good did Road America feel?
It felt great. Also because it was such a long time coming, right?
Yeah.
I felt like we deserved the St. Pete. I feel like we had a good car at Indy where I felt we could have done it. We were super quick in the second part of the rain race at Barber, and just unfortunate stuff has taken us out of contention. So being able to finally get it done, finally get it out of the way, that first win that's been bugging me was pretty damn cool.
Yeah. All right. Enough of the racing questions. That's not what we do over here on the Indy Boys podcast. I think the world wants to know, what is your go-to gas station snack and drink choice? What is it?
M&M's, 100%. The
M&Ms.
yellow
All right.
ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's the
The
drink?
yellow ones.
The
The
yellow.
drink, yeah, the yellow ones. I think it's the peanut ones.
Yeah.
All right.
A little peanut inside. Yeah. Oh, I like those. Drink of choice. I would say just regular water, to be honest. Like with all the chocolate, it gets so heavy. So to flush it down with the water is it's pretty good.
Do you have a go-to like brand of water?
What's that water called that you like? Or we like? No, the one you drink. Essentia, I think we're
Oh,
Okay.
it's
okay,
called.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mess with this.
Okay.
Essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They have that on my my college campus. I like that. That's good
Right.
stuff. That's good stuff.
Or
Right
do
there.
I
All
have
right.
to ask him the important water question?
Go right ahead, Daniel. Go right ahead.
Christian, I gotta know, what are your thoughts on Dasani water?
Dasani water. You know, it's middle of the pack, middle
Yeah,
to
middle
low.
of the pack.
You know, it's
That's
all
funny.
right. You know, it's maybe like right outside top 10-ish, maybe top 7. I don't
Okay.
know.
The
Around
Aston
there.
Martin of water.
Yeah. I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's funny.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, Daniel.
All right, back to some racing questions. I know we hit you with the hard question. Now back to the easy ones. So as of right now, both you and all three of your teammates are all in the top 6 of the championship standings. So there's 2 races left on the season. What's been the mindset, not only just the beginning of the season, kind of the middle of the season, and moving on now to the last 2 races of the season? Like, what's the mindset been with trying to keep the consistency going?
I think like as soon as we kind of realized that we're not able to gonna be able to win the championship, which was the goal to start the season, I think we just shifted over to getting race wins. So for me, it's been all about being aggressive, try to get some more wins on the board, which at the end of the day is what counts. And I think we're gonna go into the last few races with that mindset too. Try and win some races. Try and get another race win. Not only having Road America, that's gonna be the goal. Trying to get that done. I think we have a good car. We did a test at Laguna Seca to start the year. I was quickest overall there, I remember, and hopefully we can continue that and be quick there and win a race.
Interesting. And then last racing question I got. Road America, obviously first win. I'm sure that took a lot of pressure off your back. But what is that next kind of step, next goal? Whether that's a big goal, small goal, what's that next thing you're striving to try and get?
It's definitely to win the championship. It's not going to happen this year, obviously, but we're doing everything we can to try and come back next year and compete for a championship. So that's kind of next on the list. After that, we're going to step into IndyCar, and then it's the race win in IndyCar. That's the goal.
Okay, interesting. And then one last question. It's not a racing question. Shocker. Go to comfort movie or TV show. If you're just gonna sit down, watch something to relax, what's that movie or TV show?
I really like The Office.
Yes!
I think The Office
Yes!
is pretty funny.
Yes.
So if I just want to, zone out and do absolutely nothing, I put on The Office. Also because it's so easy digestible, so I can sit on my phone. I don't really have to, watch it to keep up with it.
Mhm.
That's
Here's the
kind of
question.
why I enjoy that.
There's the question. Who's your favorite character?
I think it's. Oh, see, I'm so bad with names. What's the guy called? Not the main guy, but like the other
Jim.
guy.
Jim.
Jim, exactly.
Jim.
Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like Jim.
Yeah.
Respect it. I respect it. Jay, what you got on the question side of
Okay,
things?
so when we do our interviews, we do a little game that we like to do. It's called Would You Rather. And normally it's this or that, but we're going to call it Would You Rather this time. So I'll start off first. Tristan will have his. Daniel will have his. I have two for you. So, first question. Would you rather play golf or wakeboard?
Wakeboard, 100%.
Wakeboard? Okay. Would you rather talk to any driver that is deceased or know the future of your career?
I'll know the future of my career.
Know the future? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Tristan?
All right, so you hop into an Indy car. Would you rather? So you've been testing an Indy car recently.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather take that start with the backmarker IndyCar team or spend another season in lights?
Well, that's a good question. I think right now, for where I am in my career, I would rather spend another year in lights, perfect my craft. I feel like I've always been a big believer in being ready for the next step before you take it. You see a lot of drivers move up the ranks too quick, and then they underperform, and then they are kind of out next year. I would rather be, even though I feel like I'm ready for IndyCar, I would rather have 1 year more under my belt in IndyLights, especially now that they're switching to Firestone tires for next year. I would rather have that experience to move into IndyCar with and do that much better, and then, surprise some more people in your first year instead of going in, maybe underperform a little bit, do okay some races, and then kind of be out the next year. So I would say another year in lights.
Okay.
All right. And then I'm going to ask a food question really quick because I'm going to butcher some of these names, man.
Tristan, are you hungry? Are you hungry?
So I'm reading it right now, and it sounds freaking amazing. So it's a slice of rye bread with a fried place fillets topped with shrimp, lettuce, and caviar.
And what fillet?
A PL plaice, maybe.
Nice.
PLAICE fillet, and it's called a. I'm gonna butcher this, Christian, and I feel so bad. Sejern Escud. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
I have no clue. What is this?
Oh, Shannon School. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
so
good.
would you rather have so how do I say
Try
that?
to put the first one in chat too, because I
Okay.
didn't know what that was.
And the first one. Here we go. Putting that in the chat too, because guys, I'm getting my Danish lesson today. So say both of them, and then let me know.
Stegt flæsk. So the stegt flæsk, the second one you put down, you'll have that with like a parsley sauce with potatoes. Very traditional Danish dish, and stjerneskud as well is also a very traditional. I would say stjerneskud.
Okay.
Is my favorite out of the two. I really like the fish that's on there. So
there you go. Yep, there's our Danish food lesson there from Christan Rasmussen, guys. And my final would you rather, this one's the toughest one. Would you rather win the Indy 500 or win the IndyCar Championship?
I would say IndyCar Championship.
Ooh, nice. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel.
Okay. Two kind of easy ones. One kind of hard one. Because the last one, there's no context to it. You just have to answer just right off the top of your head. Okay? First one. This is kind of a would you rather. Sneezing or coughing?
Sneezing.
Hey, I'm coming off COVID. It was on my mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Morning or like day or night?
Night.
Okay. Hey, this is a tough one. This one's a 3-answer one. Just first thought that comes to mind. There's no context.
Throw it out there.
No, Stingray, Rob, Hunter McElroy, or Matt Brabham.
You can't put me in that position.
I was like, you can decide the context.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say Michael Andretti.
There you go. There you go. I like
Respect
that.
that.
I like that answer. Okay. All right.
Good answer. Good answer.
All right. So Christian, I would like to talk to you a little bit about like your background in like motorsports growth. So you started in the big boy cars in Danish Formula Ford and F4, like both those championships. So like how tell us like coming from both of those, how it kind of differs from Road to Indy.
It differs in the way, obviously the cars get bigger and there's a difference in that way, but the main reason why I went to the US in the first place was because of the scholarships.
Okay.
I was kind of looking after Danish F4, kind of looking at what's the best way to go, and we looked at Europe, we looked at Asia, we had a lot of offers come in as well, but nowhere was there like a straight path to becoming a professional race car driver as there is over here.
Yeah.
We started out in doing F4 over here in the US, and there was a scholarship for F3, but quickly we realized that you want to be in the Road to Indy if you want anything in the US.
Okay.
So that's why we switched over to USF 2000 and Indy Pro 2000, and I haven't regretted it at all. I think it's been great for me. It's allowed me to, first of all, get into Indy Pro, and it's allowed me to get into lights as well.
Yeah, you've had excellent runs in every single series you've been in, so I'm glad to have you in the Road to Indy. So
Other than lights.
yeah, lights. Yeah, it's still not bad though.
But
it's still not.
we'll get
bad,
there.
though.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
there.
you will, bro. You got it.
So
yeah.
on our podcast, I'm more of like the F1 guy. I kind of report on F1 a little bit. And I saw you drove for Kevin Magnussen's father in Danish F4, Jan. So did you ever get to work with Kevin, and how was it like working with his dad or Kevin, if you did? So like, what was the dynamic?
Team-wise, Kevin wasn't really around. Obviously,
Yeah.
he was super busy being in F1 and all that stuff, so he can't really spend time with us down in Denmark or up in Denmark. But I did spend a lot of time around Jan. He was very involved in the team. Even though he was racing on the same weekend in the Danish Touring Car Championship, he was still very involved in the F4 series, helping us out with coaching and all that stuff. On a personal plane, I know Kevin a little bit. I was quite good friends with his younger brother.
Oh, sick.
So I spent a few New Years around Kevin's and been on his boat multiple times. So I know Kevin a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So, final question, and it's kind of, I don't know if a lot of people know this about you, but Ayrton Senna is probably your favorite driver of all time, if I had to say so, maybe. What draws you to him? Like, I love Senna as well, but what about him like drew you to him for him to be like your favorite driver?
I think you can say that obviously he was amazing on track. That's one thing, right? But when you look behind on all the things that he was doing, helping out his community and all that sort of stuff, I think that's kind of what really draws me towards him. I think it's really cool that he was a big name, but he also uses that in a good way to kind of, do stuff in the world.
Yeah, he used his platform for good, and that we love that. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Those
are all the questions I got, Tristan.
Do you have a favorite guy you root for now in F1, or do you just kind of like us and you root for everybody?
I have to say Kevin Magnussen, obviously.
There you go. That's how I am, buddy.
Guy.
There you go. I am a Haas boy, true and true.
Yeah, no, I really like Kevin. I think outside of that, I would say Daniel Ricardo, one of my favorite personalities on the grid. Even though he's not doing too hot at the minute and it looks like he's on his way out, but I still really like him.
Did you see that he could have came over to IndyCar for like? Did you see anything about that? Because supposedly, since like McLaren was like reworking his contract or whatever, if they didn't put him in McLaren like in F1, they were gonna put him over in IndyCar. Did you see anything about that?
I haven't seen anything about it. It would be really cool to get some bigger names over here, or some other big names over here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So, yeah.
There we go. All right, final question, Christian, and this one is an IndyCar question. So, we got 4 drivers, I would say, that could win this championship over the next 2 weeks: Will Power, Joseph Newgarden, Marcus Ericsson, and Scott Dixon. Who's winning the championship?
I've been rooting for Marcus all year. I know. I've started to know Marcus a little bit. We live right across the hall for each other in the same building.
Oh, nice.
So I've been rooting for him. I do think that Will is gonna take it this year. It kind of looks more and more like it. I was really looking at and really thinking that Marcus was gonna do it. But I think those cars, they just look so strong right now. So I don't know if they can do it.
Gotcha.
Well, there you go, guys. Will Power is Christian Rasmussen's pick for the 2022 IndyCar Championship. However, going to be cheering for Marcus Ericsson, which I agree.
The Scandinavian.
Really, you need it. You need it. You need it. Anyway, Christian, thank you so much for taking time out of your super busy schedule to do a quick little interview with us. Do you have anything that you want to shout out, man?
No, I think it was great. Great to meet you guys, and look forward to be on here again.
All right. And before you head out, Tony Donahue, he's kind of our media dad, as we like to say.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to yell at Tony while he watches this episode back?
I yell at Tony enough, you know. I'll give him a break. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Christian, so much for being on the show, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Race reviews. Let's start it off. But first, before we go into race reviews, thank you so much, Christian Rasmussen, for being on the show, man. Friend of Burnout, friend of the show. So it's great to finally get you on. So super happy about that. Anyway, Jay, race reviews. Spa. Now, like right now. Yeah, let's go race reviews.
Okay. Sorry.
He was getting it.
Yeah, sorry. So, as we saw, Belgium wasn't the most exciting race. It was more of a strategy race. But it was kind of exciting because Ferrari decides they like to blow strategies. I don't know what Ferrari's doing, and they think it's correct too. And I don't know what they're doing. Why would you pit Charles Leclerc on the final lap? Well, two to go to get fastest lap when there's a chance you lose the position and lose time anyway. Plus, he sped on the pit road, so they lost even more time. But besides the point, let me get into my questions about Spa. So, as we saw what happened on lap 1 between Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton, do you guys think Alonso was correct in his statements about Hamilton? Not that the fact that he can't drive in like the mid-pack or whatever, but the fact that he should or shouldn't have said that, in my opinion. I get it's the heat of the moment and stuff. Lewis even said that himself, but these two have feuded for at least a decade now. And clearly, Alonso, in a way, it still has not been resolved. Hamilton took fault, and this, that, and the third. So, do you guys think Alonso was correct in his statements about Hamilton? Tristan?
Listen, nothing against Fernando Alonso, but the man hasn't been running consistently in the front since, 2007, 2008. Lewis Hamilton has not been running in the middle of the pack since 2007, 2008. The guy only runs up front. So, yeah, he's not used to running in the middle of the pack. Sorry. He wins championships and he wins races. There was a good 7-year stint where all Lewis Hamilton did was win and get podiums. So, yeah, he doesn't know how to run in the middle of the pack, Fernando. You're right by that, because he's not used to running in the middle of the pack. He does run up front because he wins. This year is having a little bit of an off year for Hamilton, but come on. I believe he still is tied for the most podiums without wins with Leclerc. I believe Leclerc has 5 podiums without wins this season, if I remember right. And Hamilton, I believe, has 5 podiums this season.
It's probably
So-
between them and Russell, if I had to guess.
Well, no,
but
it'd probably be Russell because Russell hasn't. Well, I don't know.
Well, no, he's saying like podiums outside of podiums that they did win on.
Okay.
Max
My fault,
obviously
my
has
fault.
the most
My fault.
podiums
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
season.
My fault. I get what you're
Checo
saying.
is probably second. But just podium wise, Hamilton is killing it. So, yeah, he's not used to running in the middle of the pack, Fernando, and it's because he wins races.
Daniel?
I'm saying.
Do y'all think Fernando Alonso has ever played Minecraft or Fortnite? Because that man needs to build a bridge and get over it. I'm sorry.
God,
I'm drinking water, Daniel.
I was not
I'm
ready
drinking
for that.
water.
I get one of these per episode. I get one.
I get
I get one off the cuff
Wow.
joke per episode.
I like that. I like
And
That was a Stone Cold Custer moment right there.
that. Stone Cold.
shatter the glass, baby. Shatter it.
Okay,
Okay. My bad.
you're good.
I just like I think Alonso think there's more beef now than there is right now. Obviously the beef has run a long time. But I don't think Lewis cares anymore. I really don't. Like even they interviewed him and were like what do you think about like the things he said? And he just goes, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like and he just walked off. Like he's not, again, saying what Tristan said, he's not used to running in the middle of the pack anymore. So he's getting used to it again. Not saying it's a good or bad thing. I just it's hard to like say that, you know, he's at fault when he's not had to deal with these things for a long time. And it's not his fault that he hasn't dealt with them. It's not his fault that he's dealing with them now. It's just it's just a matter of fact. He's not used to them anymore. And so mistakes will happen. He'll mess up. But he's still arguably the GOAT. So, like, I don't know. I just think people are drawing this out to be more than it needs to be. I don't think it's that big of a deal. That's my hot take.
Okay. I personally think that the only thing that I kind of had a problem with is that when he came back by and Lewis was out of the car and like he waved his finger or waved at Lewis or whatever. That's the only thing I kind of had a problem with. And I get like, I don't care about the words you said or whatever, but that like the waving and stuff, like that's what kind of bothered me about the whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think in my opinion, if I was Lewis, and Lewis said he didn't care anyway, but in my opinion, if I was Lewis, I would take it as a compliment saying that you don't know how to run in the mid pack. So, because you know what I mean? I take it as a compliment. So I don't care. I wouldn't care. So actually,
I'm Lewis, and you're dang right. You're dang right. I don't know how.
Exactly. My last question about the race. So, this man had a stellar race. He started from the back with a lot of other guys that had a bunch of engine penalties as well. So, there was question about if Esteban Ocon was good enough to be a team lead / first car at Alpine, if they bring in maybe like a Mick Schumacher or someone like that. I don't know what Ocon was on this past weekend, but that man was flying through the field. He had like 2 double overtakes within like 10 minutes of each other, and that was crazy.
Ocon was going to get a podium.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I really thought Ocon was going to get a podium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Do you think Esteban Ocon is good enough to be a team lead or a first car at Alpine if the situation were to arise next season? Daniel?
Yes and no. I say that because I absolutely think he could be the team lead, but not for a long period of time. For 1 or 2 seasons, while they're having a guy that has a little bit of experience but still needs to like get more to then get that top level, absolutely. If say the Piastri deal ends up working for Alpine, which, you know, probably not going to, but hypothetically, if they get somebody like Piastri, he needs someone to learn under. I think Ocon is that guy for like 2 years, maybe 3. He's him.
He's him.
But
Him.com, Him University.
for a limited amount of time, because I just don't know. I wouldn't like say he's like, you know, a franchise guy, but I would trust him with being like the top guy for a year or two while you're still evaluating younger talent, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Tristan?
Yeah, I do think Ocon is good enough to be a team lead. We saw it last season with his first GP win. He qualifies well. He consistently is making the final, consistently making FP3. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say yes. There's nothing that has made me say no. He's in the top 10 in points. Having a I don't believe he's higher in points than he was last season, but still having a great year. So I would say yes for sure with Esteban Ocon getting a spot. I mean, I've picked Esteban Ocon to win races this season. That's how crazy he's like. First week of the season, I believe I said Esteban Ocon was going to win, and I was like, sure, I was kind of an F1 noob back then, but I have picked Esteban Ocon to get on the podium, and he would get like fourth. Like saying Esteban Ocon's is gonna get a podium is not crazy anymore, as we will see future. But it's not crazy anymore, and I think definitely he could be a team lead.
I think personally, if he were to be in a Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, he could easily be a championship contender. I think he's good. I personally think Ocon is a good, smart driver, good, clean, smart driver. Maybe he's had his moments and such. I mean, every driver has their moments, but I personally think Ocon is worthy enough to be a team lead / first car. So that's my opinion as well. So. But that's all I got to talk about for F1 and the Spa review. So, Tristan, do we want to talk about Daytona?
Do we? Yes. Do I get to? Yes. Do I kind of want to? Maybe. Anyway, brief talk over the Xfinity Series race. The one time that Daniel Chaney doesn't pick Jeremy Clements.
I swear. How many times have I picked this man? How many? A lot. And
he's very adamant about his Jeremy Clements picks.
I like Jeremy Clements just for the fact that he's Jeremy Clements, and I will pick him to win pretty much every road course or super speedway in some extent. Whether that's me picking him as my number one guy, or me just being like, hey guys, do I get a point if Jeremy Clements win? And they're probably like, yeah. Like, the one freaking time. No, admittedly, I wasn't on the episode, so I didn't get to throw out the, hey guys, if Jeremy Clements wins, can I get a point? So maybe that's not me.
That's on Cope.
That's on Mama Vid.
Mama Vid.
But it finally happened.
Yeah.
It did happen, and Jeremy Clements bumps his way up from 20th and from 18th in points to 8th in points. That's insane. Happy for Jeremy Clements and the entire Jeremy Clements racing team. One of the nicer guys in the garage. So super happy that Jeremy is going to make the playoffs for the second time in his Cup Series, in his Xfinity Cup career. However, his win pushes out a very consistent Ryan Sieg from making the playoffs. So briefly, Xfinity Series, who's your pick for the champion?
I'll go first. Give me Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, Daniel. You already went.
I mean, y'all know I said this probably like a month or two ago. I think Noah Gregson's winning it this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we do see a junior motorsports driver win. Josh Berry, it's gonna happen. I've called it since the beginning of the season. I think Josh Berry wins the championship. So yeah. But I think he wins it in the final race of the season. Kind of like how Daniel Hemrick was last season.
Okay.
I think
like kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think we see Josh Berry sneak his way into the round of 4 and then win it at Phoenix.
Okay.
So yeah, there we go.
Ooh, Tristan, I got a question for you about Xfinity.
Yo.
I know you're an avid enthusiast of this man, but he's on the cut line. Do you think Landon Castle makes the playoffs?
Landon Castle did make the playoffs, didn't he?
It's not over, is it not?
Yeah,
It's
it
the
is.
Xfinity-
It just
Yeah,
ended.
it's over.
Is Xfinity? Oh, Xfinity playoffs is.
Yeah, it just ended at Daytona.
They had like one more.
No, it ended at Daytona.
Am I having a stroke?
No.
It might not
I
be
mean-
over, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it ends at Daytona with Cup.
Yeah, dude, it's over. Wait, no, it's not. They still have 3
no,
more
it's
races.
not. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I
What?
know I didn't have a stroke. I know I didn't have a stroke.
Is it not
They still have-
Daytona?
They still have 3 more races. They still have.
Because remember, Xfinity's their playoffs are only 12 men.
Yeah, they still have Darlington.
Oh, I forgot it's only 12.
Yeah. Don't
Oh,
gaslight
no.
me. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
gaslight me.
Yeah.
Shut up, Daniel.
But yeah, that's insane. Yeah, I do think Landon Castle makes the playoffs. So, however, hot take. Daniel Hemrick misses the playoffs.
I can see it.
Landon Castle makes it. Daniel Hemrick misses. The champion of the 2021 Xfinity Series is going to miss the playoffs. Who do I think gets it over him? Myatt Snyder. I think Myatt Snyder wins a race in these next 3 weeks, and I think it's going to be Bristol.
Whoa.
Even hotter take.
that's-
Even hotter take.
That is hot.
Even hotter
You got to
take.
pick him at Bristol then. You have.
Oh,
to
I'm
pick him.
going to.
Okay.
I don't blame you.
Okay.
I'm going to throw out an even hotter take, Tristan.
Okay.
Castle doesn't make the playoffs and Hemrick doesn't make the playoffs.
Ooh, that's a very hot take. Who makes it?
Because
Sieg?
I think Sieg gets in based on points.
Okay.
But that means he has to beat out Hemrick and Castle because I think we get a new winner, and I think that man's name is Sheldon Creed.
Okay. That's
I don't know where.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
But
know who else could scarily win? Not gonna lie to you, could win. Anthony Alfredo. Dude, this guy could sneakily go and win at Kansas. He's so good. I might pick him at Kansas. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because he almost won in 2020. Like, the season's not over yet.
Until he got flipped.
yeah,
He did get flipped at Kansas,
Yeah.
which was kind of strange.
The pasta got flipped.
I guess you could say they like threw the pasta in the air. Like, you ever done that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they threw
I'm
it
still
at the wall to see if it would stick. It did not stick.
All right, guys, let's go on to Cup. We all know what happened in this race. Chaos, carnage, rain, a terrible choice by NASCAR to not throw a caution. That's the first question, guys. Should NASCAR have thrown the caution?
Okay. I was hypercritical on Twitter about NASCAR and throwing the caution, and all my social medias actually. So I was watching video of someone from the stands, and they're coming out of all the drivers coming out of turn 2 as it starts raining on the front straightaway. And by the time it's raining hard, they're coming out of turn 4. So when it starts raining hard, you probably have 10 seconds to make the decision to throw it. And granted, I know the people in the tower probably can't see that well can't see the rain that well from inside the tower, maybe, or maybe they're looking at it through the TV monitor or something. Who knows? I don't know. But I don't know. I think there should have been something that happened there. There should have been something. There shouldn't have been a caution, or there should have been a caution. Sorry. I just think that was dumb, in my opinion. I'm with Denny. Denny. There needed to be way better officiating, because this reminds us of Loudon last year, in 2021, with Busch and I can't remember who else got crashed. Truex. They all got taken out.
But this time it was everybody.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. That's the other thing. And I love what Denny said, because he said next time we need to be proactive, not reactive. And that's what the tower was. They were reactive in this situation, which is wrong.
However, at the same time, I will say NASCAR had about a 10-second to 15-second window to throw that caution. That was it.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like NASCAR doesn't. Okay.
Justin Haley's camera, when they went into turn 1 the lap before, there was no rain. Just saying, there was no rain. He was the 4th car to enter turn 1. There was no rain going in.
Yeah.
Less than 30 seconds later, it's downpouring in turn 1. It's crazy how fast that changes. Anyway, go ahead, Dan.
As much as I think NASCAR should have thrown the caution, I know they don't regret it, because you know what happens, right?
Life in the fast
You get a little rain, you get life in the fast lane. Like,
I like that.
NASCAR's like, yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I did kind of think of myself. I was like, when they panned in on Austin Dillon going through the smoke like Lightning McQueen,
Like they targeted him.
Like,
they targeted
they
him.
did.
Like
they did. I was like,
Wait a minute.
I can't wait to tune into this at 1 a.m. on NBCSN.
Guys, are we getting a season 2 now? Wow.
This win might actually get them a season 2. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He probably will.
Did you guys notice that the first person that he hugged was his like crew member that's on Life in the Fast Lane?
Yeah.
Well,
Paul
yeah,
Swan.
the cameras are watching, dog.
Paul
Yeah, that's
Swan.
true.
Yeah.
They're over here going, yep, keep going, Austin.
Yeah.
Yep, next person.
Roll
keep
the
going,
clip.
keep going.
Roll the clip.
Keep going. Oh, beautiful, you're doing great, sweetie.
Anyway, something I gotta talk about through the playoffs is I've said it since the beginning of the year. How many winners did we have this season, Daniel? You denied it.
No, Tristan, you thought we would get more than 16.
Yeah.
We got exactly 16.
I think
We
I
got
said.
16.
I was right.
I think I said.
I was right. Yeah,
But speaking of,
No,
I said we were gonna reach 16.
All season, you said we're getting more than 16. I saw.
We still could get more than 16, bro. Bubba Wallace is gonna win at Talladega.
Yeah, but it doesn't get him into the playoffs though.
I know.
Like, technically, we got. Did we get more than 16 winners last year? Or did we just get 16?
Last year.
Yeah. It was
Well,
like
yeah,
14.
but by your logic, if you're saying Bubba Wallace would make it more than 16, we got a Bubba win, we got an Allmendinger win.
True. It's
That's
true.
all I'm saying.
Anyway,
All I'm
anyway.
saying.
But with Kurt Busch's, I guess retirement from the season, or like concussion protocol,
Eligibility. Yeah.
Ryan Blaney makes the playoffs over Martin Truex. Now, Martin Truex Jr. won the most stages this season in the Cup Series. Should NASCAR have stages?
Yeah.
No.
If they have the in my opinion, if they have the playoff system, which I don't agree with the playoff system, especially because it almost screwed over Ryan Blaney and it did screw over Martin Truex Jr. Both, I'm pretty sure, top 5, top 10 runners in the championship or regular season championship. If they have the playoffs, they need to have stages, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna go for it, just go all out. That's what I'm saying. So, because in my opinion, the stages, they can play a big part into the postseason because of the bonus points you get for the playoffs. And so that's what I think. If you have the playoffs, they need to have stages, in my opinion. So
They can keep the stages all they want. Get rid of the cautions for them, though.
Facts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Makes everything so long and
At
so
least-
boring.
at least at road courses, in my opinion. At least at
Yeah,
road courses.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, the concept of stages is, like, good, but, like, the way that they handle them sometimes makes it so
only place
unbearable.
Should have cautions for stages is at Daytona and Talladega
I can see it.
and Atlanta, I guess now.
I can see
Fair,
it.
fair.
Yeah, I can see that.
Anyway, but good to know. Truex doesn't make the playoffs. We're going to talk more about our predictions in the next segment, guys. But we got a 16-man playoffs. I'm going to read over them. Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, Christopher Bell. I almost said Christopher Buescher. Kyle Busch, Chase Briscoe, Daniel Suarez, Austin Cindric, Alex Bowman, and Austin Dillon. Who is your surprise round 1 exit?
Surprise round 1 exit?
Yes, sir.
Because I was gonna say Austin Dillon, but then you said surprise. Honestly,
Can we just say the 4 that we think are getting eliminated?
Sure.
Like,
Go ahead, Dan.
oh, I was gonna let Jay go, but
Okay.
if he needs time to think, I can go.
I can go. Austin
Okay.
Dillon, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell.
Kyle Busch. Wow. That's bold.
I was thinking it.
I'm going Alex Bowman, Austin
Ooh, I didn't even think of
Cindric,
Alex Bowman.
Austin Cindric, Christopher Bell, and Chase Briscoe. I think Austin Dillon makes it out of the first round.
I think you could argue that because he's been really good on short tracks, surprisingly.
The reason for that is entirely Bristol,
Yeah.
I think. And plus, such a great run in 2020 in the Southern 500. Almost won it. Ended up finishing second. Came within, I believe, half a car length of Denny at the Southern last 2 years ago. But yeah, I'm picking Bowman, Cindric, Briscoe, and Bell.
Honestly, you just want to go into our prediction segment and just do our whole thing?
Yeah, but really quick, I do want to go over a couple of these things for this race. I have to shout out some of the guys that stayed out of trouble all day, these back marker teams that stay in the back and they get these good finishes at super speedways. That's their whole strategy, and it frickin' worked. Shout out Landon Castle, ties his career best finish in the NASCAR Cup Series with a 4th place. Noah Gragson, driving for Beard Motorsports, gets a top 5 in the 62. Cody Ware gets a top 10.
Baby.
6. Almost missed out by a couple of car lengths. Not a couple of car lengths, a couple of tenths to Noah Gragson. BJ McLeod and Live Fast Motorsports gets their 2nd top 10. They both came at Daytona. Congratulations to that 78 team. And David Reagan returns to the track that he had a win at his first career win and gets 9th place. I just want to shout out Rick Ware Racing. Both their cars for the first time in their career finished in the top 10. And shout out to Tyler Reddick for being a good teammate.
Yeah.
We all know he passed him. We all know he could have passed him.
Dude, I was laughing. I don't remember who said it, but somebody on Twitter was like, it was like a meme, or it was structured like it was a conversation. It was like Tyler Reddick, hey, I really think I can win. It was like Richard Childress, I bet
that.
you won't. I bet you won't. Like
It was Austin Dillon with the AK.
yes, Austin Dillon an AK-47, and he's just like, I bet you won't. You ain't gonna win this.
But
Not
shout
if
out Cody Ware.
Austin has anything to say about it.
Episode I've said, man, I love goth girls. If you guys haven't seen that tweet, just go to Cody Ware and type in goth girls on his Twitter. You'll know what we're talking about.
You'll know.
It's gonna be on a shirt soon. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead. We're gonna start with playoff predictions and then go into race predictions. All right, we're on the playoff screen. Jay, you're gonna tell us all about our preseason playoff predictions. Guys, all the way back in episode 1. Preseason predictions.
Oh man, these were crazy. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna read
Jay, tell
off. I'm gonna read off my 16 that I had making it, and then I'm gonna read off your guys' 16, because mine's the first one that appeared. So, Denny, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Austin Dillon, Alex Bowman, William Byron, Chase Elliott. I had Martin Truex Jr., but he did not make it. Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, Brad Keselowski is another one I had that did not make it. Joey Logano, Austin Cindric. Kurt Busch did make it for a while, but he did not make it. Technically, he did not make it. And Ross Chastain, rounding out my 16. Kyle Larson this is Tristan's, my fault. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano. He had Truex Jr., Martin Truex Jr. making it, which he got knocked out. Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, which Kurt Busch got knocked out. Tyler Reddick, Suarez, Chase Briscoe, and then he had Bubba Wallace and Brad Keselowski, which neither of them both made the playoffs.
We tied. No. I had one less than you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
12
then,
out of 16 ain't bad.
Yeah. And then Daniel had Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney. He had Martin Truex, who did get knocked out. Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, then Brad Keselowski, who also got knocked out. Denny Hamlin, Austin Cindric, Kevin Harvick, William Byron, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, and then he had Justin Haley as a 16 seed.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So technically, I think me and Daniel both tied.
Yeah, because Daniel had Kurt too. So
No, he didn't have Kurt.
you said Kurt in the beginning.
I think he meant Kyle.
No, you had Kyle. He had Kyle.
Yeah.
So me.
Yeah,
and
I don't
Daniel
think I
tied
picked
with you.
Kurt.
Yeah, me and
That's the
Daniel.
only thing that saved me.
Yeah,
Mm.
me and Daniel tied with 3.
Damn, still third.
Yeah. So,
There you
yeah.
go, guys.
So if you want me to
For
go
you guys,
ahead,
loyal guys, you loyal people that have listened since episode 1, we appreciate you.
oh yeah.
33 episodes in.
So if you guys want me to, I can clear this out and we can give our whole round of 12 8.
Our new ones.
Let's do it.
Okay. So let me go ahead and let me backspace this, backspace this, backspace this. Bam. All right. Tell me all the playoff drivers again.
All right, all playoff drivers, 1 to 16. Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch, Chase Briscoe, Daniel Suarez, Austin Cindric, Alex Bowman, and life in the fast lane, Austin Dillon.
Okay, so I'm missing one somewhere. Because I still have one missing.
Chase, Joey, Ross, Kyle Larson, Byron, Hamlin, Blaney, Reddick, Harvick, Bell, Busch, Briscoe, Suarez.
Harvick, that's what I'm missing. Harvick. Sorry. That was
Okay.
the only one I was missing.
My round of 12. Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez, and Austin Dillon.
All right, you're going to have to repeat that again.
Chase Elliott,
Okay.
Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Chase Briscoe, no, not Chase Briscoe, sorry, Daniel Suarez,
And,
Alex Bowman, and oh wait, did I say Christopher Bell?
No, you did not.
Okay, good. Okay, so I have so Alex Bowman's not making it. Austin Dillon is.
Okay. So, round of 8.
My round of 8.
Yeah. From your round of 12 you just picked.
Okay. Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, and the final driver to make the round of 8 will be Daniel Suarez.
Okay. Juicy. Champ 4.
My championship 4
Oh, yeah.
will be Chase Elliott,
Okay.
Joey Logano. Oh. Dang it. Oh, this is tough. I want to include Blaney in there because he was my preseason guy. I can't. Can't do it. Ross Chastain and Kyle Larson. I can't put Blaney in there. It's been too rough of a year. My preseason prediction was Ryan Blaney to win the championship, guys. I can't make him go past 8.
All right. Who is your champion from those 4? The 9, 22, 5, and 1.
I don't want to say it because I don't want to see this championship. I don't want to see.
Joey Logano?
No, I don't want to see a Chase Elliott championship.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I honestly, you know what? I'm sticking Penske. Joey Logano wins the championship. That's my pick.
Okay. Okay.
There we go. I'm gonna be rooting for Ross Chastain because I love the guy, but I honestly don't know if he'll make the championship 4 because of Denny. But I think he might have a win or something
Right.
somewhere at maybe the Roval.
Mhm.
That puts him into the round of 8.
Okay.
So yeah.
Daniel, your round of
All right.
12.
Round of 12. Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney.
What did I do that? Sorry, restart again. Chase
Restart?
Elliott, Joe Logano. Yeah, Chase Elliott, Joe Logano. My thing did something weird. I had to fix
Ross Chastain,
it. Okay.
Kyle Larson,
Kyle Larson.
William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, Christopher Bell,
Ooh, Bell.
Kyle Busch, Austin Cindric.
Ooh, interesting. All right. Round of 8.
You think Suarez misses the? No freaking way. Are you serious?
Listen. I don't want it to happen. As of now, he's 13th.
You're not wrong. But 2 points
Like,
back.
I don't want it. I don't want him to get out. It's not. I'm picking what I think might happen.
Crazy. Yeah. All right.
Um,
Go ahead.
You haven't even seen my craziest prediction yet.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, round of 8. Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Chastain, Larson, Byron, Hamlin,
It's tricky, right?
I said Blaney yet?
No.
Okay, put Blaney in, take Byron out. Hot take.
I don't
You
have
still-
Byron
You
making
still
the
have
round
one
of
more
80.
slot. You still have one more
Yeah.
slot.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so Byron is out. Okay.
So Blaney instead of Byron, right?
Yeah.
Christopher Bell.
Okay, so you got Bell in the
You have one more
round of-
slot.
Do I have one more after?
Yeah.
After Bell in there?
You had one left if you put Byron and Blaney in, but then you replaced Byron with Blaney, so then you had 2.
Do I go with a logical pick or do I go with my heart pick?
Do what you want, bud.
Tyler Reddick.
Nice. Champ 4.
Champ 4. Chase Elliott.
Okay.
Joey Logano.
Okay.
Ryan Blaney.
Okay. Interesting.
Christopher Bell.
No freaking shot. Okay, I'm sorry. I do not agree with that, bro.
Hold on. I forget exactly what the statistic is. I don't remember if it was most top 5s, most top 10s. If you think about it, take wins out of the equation. Christopher Bell has been the best Joe Gibbs racing driver of the 3 to make the playoffs.
That's true. That is
Think about it.
that
Think
is
about it.
statistically true. He has been
And
the
he
most.
started off kind of slow,
He has been the
and he's
most.
built his way up.
Yeah, he's been the most.
I don't think he wins
consistent
the championship, but I think he pulls something weird.
out of his butt.
I think this is where we get like their moment where they realize Christopher Bell's their next star outside of like, the fact that they have all older guys except for when Ty Gibbs comes in.
Okay, champ.
I know.
Who's your
It's a hot take.
Who's your champion?
It's probably Chase. He's had a good season. I can't deny that.
Interesting. Man,
He's been entertaining this. It's not like if he would have won last season or would have been a boring championship. He's actually had a really good season. Like
No,
he kind of deserves it.
I'm with you. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys who my round of 12 is. So I think we go Denny. We go Kyle Larson. We go Tyler Reddick. We go Alex Bowman. We go William Byron. We go Chase Elliott. We go Chase Briscoe. We go Kyle Busch. We go Christopher Bell. We go Joey Logano. And we go Ross Chastain, and we go Kevin Harvick.
So who do you have missing, man?
So I left out Ryan Blaney, Austin Dillon, Daniel Suarez, and Austin Cindric.
Did you say you have Blaney missing?
Yep.
Hot take.
These first 3 tracks are statistically his worst tracks.
They are.
Okay, no, that's fair.
So
I'm not
He's
saying
missed
like,
it before. He has missed it before.
so
no. I just wasn't expecting that.
yeah. So now going for my round of 8, I got Denny moving on.
Wonder why.
Shut up. Kyle Larson moving on. I got Tyler Reddick moving on.
Let's
I have William Byron moving on. I have Chase Elliott moving on. I have Christopher Bell moving on. I have Joey Logano moving on. I have Ross Chastain moving
Okay,
on.
I was about to say homie's about to leave out Ross Chastain.
Champ 4 prediction. I have Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott. This one's weird. Joey Logano. And Denny Hamlin.
Shocker. I'm kidding.
So those are.
He was my
champ 4.
preseason pick for championship. I'm surprised I didn't stick with it.
Yeah. So all 4 of these guys are statistically very good at Phoenix. Just want to say that. Now this is weird because I don't know who to choose. But I'm gonna go. Honestly, I gotta give it to Chase Elliott. I think Chase Elliott's gonna win it this season. I had Blaney as my preseason champion, but
Yeah, me and you. I think we just. Yeah.
so I don't know. I just don't see Blaney making it past the round of 12, in my opinion, or round of 16. Sorry. So there's our playoff predictions, everyone. Do you guys want to go into race weekend predictions?
Hell yeah, bro.
Yezerski.
All right. So after last week, I got 2 points. Now, I got
How
one-
did you get that second point?
Hold up, I'll explain it. I got 1 by Max Verstappen winning at Spa. The second point, Mr. Life in the Fast Lane Austin Dillon himself wins. Because we have like a little thing going on. If Stone Cold Cole Custer wins, then that's +1 for Dan. If Michael McDowell wins, that's +1 for Tristan. And then if Life in the Fast Lane Dylan wins, that's +1 for me. Life in the Fast Lane Dylan won this past weekend. Even though I got Cup wrong, I still got an extra point. So 2 points. I take a 2-point lead on Daniel now after being tied with them after last week. So that's great. I love that. But also, I wanted to shout out to Tony. He got Max right in F1, and then that's the only one he got right. So, but Gregson was kind of a good prediction for Xfinity, and then he had.
Oh, we're not gonna lie. Good old Michael McDowell, who he picked last week, was doing pretty decent for a while before he got Chastain, I think.
Clobbered. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, want to get into this week?
Hell yeah, bro. Let's go ahead and go over the races that we got. So we got an F1 race. Got the Dutch GP. We're going IndyCar racing in Portland. And then we got a lights race also in Portland. Do we have 1 or 2 lights races, Daniel?
2. I believe it's a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Let me check that. I think I have it pulled up.
I think it's the last 2.
No, there's a doubleheader at Laguna Seca and 1 race at Portland.
Oh, crap. Hold on.
And so 1 race for lights at Portland, and then Xfinity Series and Cup this weekend at Darlington. It's the Southern 500, a crowned jewel in the NASCAR Cup Series. Let's go ahead and start with IndyCar and Indy Lights. For lights, I haven't picked him a whole lot this season. There's only 1 race for Portland.
Oh, it is? Okay, my fault. Okay.
For lights this season, I haven't picked him a whole lot this season, but he's been having a good sort of like season, seeing as he's the points leader. Linus Lundqvist, I haven't picked him yet this season. I looked back, I have not picked Linus Lundqvist this season.
That's who I was gonna pick.
So you go put him down, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put him down.
Good enough for all 3 of us.
Okay.
All right.
Linus Lundqvist.
Got it. Okay.
And I would
Come on.
love to possibly say our group pick this week
All right.
in honor of our boy being on the show,
Razzie?
Christian
You want
Rasmussen.
Razzie?
Yes, sir. Let's put
Razzie?
Razzie on.
Got him. All right.
All
IndyCar?
right, and now IndyCar 2 picks. We're at Portland, the home of the first certified Dalton Kellett moment. As Nicola Westra sent us on Twitter.
Yeah.
That was a funny one. IndyCar at Portland. Now, there's a certain guy who does very well at Portland that I could see winning this one, and that man is Will Power. I think we see Will Power winning this one this week at Portland. My underdog pick or my runner-up for Portland. This one might be a little bit surprising for you guys, but it might not be at the same time because he's been pretty good here in the past. Nah, screw it. I'm not going that pick. That's a dumb pick.
Who was it going to be, though?
Do you want to know who it was going to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to go Graham Ray Hall,
Oh, wow. Okay.
but I don't know if that's a good one or not. You know what? I'm going to go with two guys that are in the championship hunt. Marcus Ericsson is my second pick.
Okay.
Shocker.
Daniel.
Alex Palou.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my preseason pick was Rossi, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Wild card. Going with my preseason prediction. I feel like I pick this man almost every week for wild card. You know who I'm about to pick.
Just go ahead and pick him.
Felix Rosenquist.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
All right.
It's gotta happen,
I
right?
thought about Felix. I'm not gonna lie.
He's just like I feel like he's just my regular wild card pick unless
Not
it's
gonna
an
lie to you.
oval.
I could see Felix getting the pole this weekend.
I could see him getting the pole like every weekend. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. So my pick, I am leaning very many different ways, but I think I'm gonna go with two championship contenders in my opinion. My first pick, I'm gonna go with Mr. Newgarden himself, and then my second pick, I'm going Scotty D, baby. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't think Scott Dixon runs exceptionally well at Portland, so but it is what it is. But all right, you want to go to Cup now, Tristan? Or well,
Yeah, I do.
Xfinity.
First Xfinity, Darlington, Denny Hamlin. He runs Xfinity. He runs at Darlington every year. He's gonna be in the 18. I'm picking Denny Hamlin for the Xfinity Series. For Cup.
Daniel? Oh, you're going.
Hold on. I'm looking entry list.
Let me do Cup while Daniel's looking for the entry list.
That's fine.
For Cup, Denny Hamlin.
Nice.
And for my second pick, you know what? Back to back. Life in the fast lane.
Oh, what?
Ooh.
Holy crap, buddy! That's crazy. That's insane. That's almost the brink of insanity when you said that.
Daniel?
Xfinity. I think I will go Noah Gragson.
I knew that was coming. I don't know why I just didn't.
I was thinking about Chastain in the 48, but I know I love picking the 48 a lot, so I refrained.
wonder why.
Listen, they take a lot of Cup guys.
I do.
But-
R.I.P. Jade Buford. Remember him?
Yeah, he's not remembered now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was like, who remembers him? No.
I liked Jade Buford.
I liked him too, but then he got out of the ride and people started winning in that car. So,
You ain't wrong.
But
okay,
Cup.
but Cup pick. You know, should I stick with my preseason pick even though he's not in the playoffs?
If you
Do
want.
it.
Martin Truex Jr.
He's won here many times.
It just feels weird picking not a playoff guy, but you know, it still counts. But wild card. You know, in terms of like winning a race, he's not a wild card, but this race, he's a wild card. Ryan Blaney.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, for me, for Xfinity, I'm gonna go Kyle Larson because he's in the 17 this weekend. And then for Cup, I'm gonna go with Denny Hamlin. You can't not pick Denny Hamlin at Darlington, in my opinion. Darlington, Pocono, or like a super speedway, in my opinion. Then I'm gonna go with. I don't think I've actually picked him once. Maybe I have, but like, I just don't pick him that often. Ross Chastain is gonna be my underdog / second pick. So, yeah. F1.
Me likey that.
Yeah.
F1, Jay, take us through it.
Okay, we are at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix, Max Verstappen's home GP. So, it's going to be an interesting race, and I'm sure Max is probably going to dominate once again. So,
who's getting second?
Yeah, who's getting second? Who going with? Tristan.
Max is winning. Second place, I'm going to go. I think Ferrari has a good weekend with Carlos Sainz.
Okay.
And then third, I'm going to put a Red Bull in there as well. Checo.
Nice. Checo. All right, Daniel.
Number 1 is Max. Max is winning.
Yep.
Number 2, Checo.
Okay.
Number 3, let me think. I think for once, he has a good week. Give me Charles Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc. Okay. I'm going to go with Max Verstappen because he's going to be on a rampage.
Really?
This weekend, he's going to be on a rampage. Now, second and third is where it gets interesting.
For real.
I'm going to go with my gut. And my gut is telling me Sergio Perez, Checo, and then I'm going to go with Carlos Sainz.
So you get it. You get a Carlos Sainz podium, dude.
Yeah. So those are our picks.
However, guys, Esteban Ocon's going to be in contention for a podium this week.
However, guys, I didn't pick George Russell, which means he's getting a podium.
Yep. Those are our predictions, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's round this episode out.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Now, this was a long one. We know it was a long one, but if you guys are still here, Daniel's yawning. That's how much of a long
tired, dog.
We appreciate you guys so much for listening to the Indy Boys Racing Podcast. Burnout Sports, Marion Phoenix. Check us out on all of our social medias at Indy Boys Podcast. Shout out to the main man himself, number 28, Christan Rasmussen, for joining for a quick, brief little interview. Always great getting to talk to drivers and especially drivers we like. So happy for Rasu. Hopefully he can go out there and get a win this weekend at Portland. He's our group pick. I could use a +5 right now. Shout out to all of you beautiful people that have ordered merch at Indy Boys merch on Indy Boys merch, indyboysmerch.com. Get your merch orders and you can get cool shirts like this, cool certified hats like this, and Malukas Mania shirts. Those are all coming soon with Pitlane Parlay. We appreciate you guys so much. We know we've been kind of dead these last couple of weeks. We just did so much during the summer, and like the weekly episodes, we have been doing weekly episodes since the beginning of January, and for 3 guys that have never done a podcast before,
it's been quite a lot.
I feel like we've done good though.
Yeah, I feel like we have done good. We've hit 33, and
I mean, we took one break.
Took 1 week off, and I just want to shout out one person in particular. Justin Cox. This man works his ass off, guys. On these shows, he puts them out, and just works super hard. Plus, he does an extra series along with it. Just appreciate you so much, Jay, for all that you do. So yeah, bro. Appreciate you. Love you, baby. like, you guys don't know, Jay does most of our editing on the show. I do most of our social media work and TikToks and like any of the shorter videos, like those 3-minute videos that you'll see. I do those. And Daniel is normally the one that gets our interviews together. So like that's kind of like what our vibe is.
I'm the community expert. I just made that up.
Sure. All right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. We love you guys so much. Tell your grandmas to like the podcast and give us a follow. My name is Tristan Grider for Burnout Sports in the Community of Phoenix. Joined with my co-hosts, Daniel Chaney and Justin Cox. Have a good one, guys. Love you, baby. Let's go racing. Peace.